I don't drink whiskey. I don't know how it feels to hurt. I sleep like a baby. I never know. What's going on? So, here we go. Another busy day for me out there. I haven't looked at what Orgo did. I covered that one. Didn't gap down. Like I said, plan was if it didn't continue lower, would have just moved on. We still got those wicks that push up into that lower high trend line, so it could still roll over, but I didn't want to stick around when there was a bunch of other stuff going on. I was up pretty early this morning, so I was right around here, 3 a.m. or so my time, 6 a.m. Eastern. So I saw it here in the 130s and contemplated whether I wanted to put a starter on in there. But I decided to wait and let it do its thing until market open. And we got the same kind of thing as GV. If you recall, a couple days ago, it's done it a couple times. Where you get that big move. GV was ran by a PR. This one started running up 9 a.m. parabolic 120 up to 180. And if you look left right here, yesterday's highs right within a few pennies of it. So once it pushed and pulled, it just started hitting price alerts. So I pulled up the chart as fast as I could, and I saw it like up at this candle. I start trying to enter the level 2 box, go quick, and I only filled a few. I don't even know how many shares I had on it because I was just trying to get something filled. We got a pullback immediately from 180 to 150. So I'm like, okay, 30 cents. That's a pretty good pull. Let it chop around, do its thing, and maybe re-enter market open. And this thing was straight down, completely bounceless the entire day. I put a post on Twitter, note to self, never cover. Because a 170 entry covering at 60 cents, that's a monster. But, oh well, is what it is. So Orgo, Anti, and then QBTS. Sick trade. We got that after hours entry right around 11. And then I was up right around here, right around 3 or so. And this thing was red, so I was just waiting for it to start to look weak. And what we got was this little base here in the 1080s. If you look left, right through here, prior support, after hour support, pre-market support. So once it starts to roll over and start to break it, I add, and this one here I had added because it was red, and instead of risking this one, instead of risking off a 12, I added and moved risk down to like this 1140 area, and then this scale was verse red to green, covered, rescaled around a core, starting to stay heavy at that 1050 key level from yesterday. So rescaled and then covered. Right here off the open, was looking for some hard crack lower highs. This is the first time it's gapping down, first time it's red in like 5 days. So I don't hate the open entry, and was proactive with covers into the flush, and covered and then over covered and flipped long, sold and then flipped short because now it was sub 960s, and these ones, there's nothing to it. Like I was just in and out a couple of times this long, and then gave it right back with the short attempt. And then Qubit, I also traded that one. I had that short overnight in this 8-10-18s area. So one regret on this was when I was adding QBTS. This one was still green while QBTS was red. So there's likely some inefficiency there I should have taken advantage of. And I didn't short in these 820s, which would have really put a nice bottom line to the morning. So it was definitely a mistake on my end. So I didn't get any ads on this one. I was bigger overnight in this one because, like I had, gone over in the watch list yesterday. The range and risk reward is a bit tighter on this one. So I was more comfortable swinging a bit bigger of a position on this one versus QBTS. But not adding here, I would chalk that up as a mistake in my notes and trade tracking. And then I had a bit of early covers where when QBTS was still pulling back, I just started covering. So covered. Got a nice, I think I scaled once. Yeah, once there, covered. And then it swiped back, so I sized right out. We immediately failed. Tried to short again, covered it right back up, and then shorted with a bigger picture idea. So these ones were bigger size, looking for those low-a-day breaks. I didn't go into it with a risk in mind. I was just looking for it to fail. If it didn't fail, just get out. That's why it took a few candles to cover it. And then we got this little pop, so let it chop around and do its thing. Smaller size, wider risk. Scale, cover, scale, cover. And then I believe I tried it off open. Short, cover, flipped long, and then flip short again. So same kind of thing as QBTS, where I flipped long right at lows, sold the immediate pop, but then flipped short and then gave it back, basically exactly what I did. But hindsight, those longs would have been sick. And then we got those red to green pops that I typically like for short trades and stopped, and then small win. So after open, didn't amount to much. It was mostly pre-market before 8 a.m. was most of the money on the day. TNXP, yeah, that one had earnings after hours. Got whacked. What's up, Chris, Golan, Luke? How's it going? Yeah, 80TX, nothing I really trade. It's just too much chop. Yeah, so those were the trades from today. And then what else we got? Qubit, Baba. I saw it pull back, and the next bounce was looking for lower or higher lows. We got that double bottom, and it never broke, so it never triggered an entry for me, and ended up staying heavy the rest of the day. So see if it continues to hold trend on these higher lows would be what I'd want to see. Currently no position. Not really sure if I'll trade it. It was just more of an idea. But I can never stay patient in these things. Mass, never touched the breakout level. RGC came back end of day. Weak open. And now squeezing everybody out. So no real plan to trade that one just yet. Trade's too thin. Curvo is gapping up in the 10s in pre-market. Same kind of thing. Weak open. Grinds everybody back. GV, I still have this one on watch. Just because it hasn't picked a trend. Volume is gone. And it's just doing these little inside days. So if this starts to roll over under the last 2 days consolidation, I think it could give way. So I'll keep that one on watch. But not a ton to add from the action today. Like we had, I think KBSX, was the biggest percent gainer today. So nice move, nice volume, but fresh daily chart. So there's nothing in its history Nothing in its history telling me how it likes to trade. So I don't really have an edge on this. It's just a fresh chart, getting some volume. What else? Yeah, I don't think I had a whole lot going into tomorrow. That one's dying. Orgo. See if it wants to break 490. Don't know. So I go from a couple days of having too much to watch, that like yesterday when Curvo, RGC, Quantums, there's a whole bunch of stuff, Baba, everything. Everything's going nuts. And I don't have enough screen space or attention span to trade them all. Today, same kind of thing. I'm trading 4 names off open. That's about all I can handle, to trade 4 names at the same time. And then go into tomorrow with not a whole lot on watch. So, it's the ebbs and flows. I think the biggest win today was, after nailing this trade, not fighting it the rest of the day or the rest of the morning when I'm still on desk, I think was the biggest win. Knowing that it wasn't acting like it should and just being out. Quantum names you think quiet fade are still in play after today? I think they're very much in focus until the end of the week. I think they'll have a ton of back and forth. And it's just got the presentations and stuff all week. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Today was some NVIDIA comments with Jensen Huang. And I think these ones have a presentation on Thursday as well. Some quantum names. So I think that they're going to be... I don't think they're quiet ideas. Maybe next week, once they start to fail to fall through and you get some levels, some consolidation, that once consolidation breaks down. But I definitely wouldn't categorize them as quiet ideas. SMCI, I don't hate this idea. Nate had put it on my radar. I saw him talking about it on Twitter. And it didn't get mentioned in the NVIDIA presentation today, and we have this little bear flag where you get the downtrending flagpole, consolidation, and gives way. And if you look at this, higher low, higher low, higher low, and then breaks this one here through the 39s. So I think any strength tomorrow could get met with some sell pressure. Probably a trade I would take. If we're just gapping down, straight down off open, I would miss it. But if we get a flat open or gap up, that I can join for some failed follow through. But it definitely wasn't easy here, where it breaks that trend line. You get this little rounding action. I probably would have been stopping out right into here or into here, if I was leaning for this failed follow through. So it stopped all the shorts out. So now this fade based on this action would have stopped shorts, and now this is less crowded and this is sellers. So I think pops back up into these 39s, 39 to 40 range, I think is going to have sell pressure, not so much shorts to get squeezed. Intel for a breakout. Sector is weak. This one's an outlier. Yeah, Intel just doesn't move much. A buck all day. Yeah. It's not really an in-play name. Volume's pretty consistent. It's not like it's had one big outlier volume day. And it's not blue skies. It's got tons of resistance. It's trading near at lows. So this isn't a breakout I would trade. Where if you look at like Baba, you can see it coming out of its base, building over top. Now it's got support back below it. What was that one? I had traded it. It might have been you that brought it up. It was a large cap. I can't remember. But if you look at like something like Apple breaking through 197, you get a nice strong breakout day, trading near its highs. Nike. Not Nike. It was a large cap name, but it was trading right up near its highs. It had just put out earnings. It was holding its gap, and it was going to start breaking out. I can picture the chart, but I can't remember the name. Oh, well. These earnings are going to be bad for Quantum. Yeah, Qubit has earnings. Is it tomorrow? I think. Qubit. March 20th. It's Thursday. Okay. Thursday after market close for QUBT. So you got some earnings, you got presentations, you got a bunch of volume price action, you got a bunch of stuff going into the end of the week. I think they've got options on this too, don't they? Let's see. QBTS options. Yep. What's the volume like? Not crazy. 11,000. Expiring on the 21st, so weeklies. The $7 calls have the most open interest and volume that are in the money. And then you've got the $11 and $12 calls. With a lot of interest. That's on QBTS. What about the puts? The puts, $8 puts, $10 puts. Yeah, $10 puts on QBTS have the most interest on it. So maybe they hold it up into Friday. I don't know. Everybody's anticipating them holding it up into Thursday. Like, it could play out in so many different ways. With Qubit's earnings Thursday after hours, I imagine they wouldn't want to dump the stock, tank it before earnings comes out. I don't imagine earnings is going to be anything significant, so I would think it's got a bad reaction to it, but I would expect that they would hold it up into it, which then would entail that they would have to hold up the rest of the sector, because otherwise Qubit would fade with QBTS. You've got all those presentations on Thursday. You've got options expiry on Friday. There's a lot to this sector trade. It's not an easy trade, and I think that's why it's a bit choppier and not so straightforward, just because there's so many aspects to it. But I think we got the pullback today, which is exactly why I took the short overnight, because this is what I've seen time and time again when you get like these A-grade daily setups and then they just get ruined with a gap down, or when I'm looking for those backside bounces and they just get ruined with a gap up or a PR or something. So given the trend change, it was worth the overnight exposure. But we've got that pullback now. It's tested the 4 EMA that I use to gauge daily extension. I can pull up, what's RSI at on these things? RSI sitting at 70. It's not crazy. It's not like it's at 90 right now. But this could also, like, picture where we're at in the daily chart too. We're right up near highs. If this consolidates in this 9 to 10 range and holds up, this could easily break out through these mid 11s. So I think there's just so many things involved in it that it's hard to make a call. I'll keep them on watch for the rest of the week. They'll be in play names. They definitely won't be quiet. I can say that. So I won't be dip buying this given its history. So that trade's kind of come and gone. There's just no volume on this. You get a little multi-day run here from 5 to 10. Nice little 100% move off the lows, but there's no volume. So I can't trade that. So I'll probably be watching Qubit, QBTS. Higher the better, failed follow through. I don't think I could long it at this point in their pattern. I think they're just too far, too high up, too extended for me. So higher the better, failed follow through. Ideally they break out and hold up into like Thursday, Friday. And then I will watch Orgo if 490s wants to give way. We still got those daily wicks. KBSX, see if this can go on a multi-day run. And SMCI 3940 pops and fail follow through. So those will be my plans for tomorrow. And I wouldn't be surprised if I don't trade tomorrow because none of these are A-grade setups. And after a day like today, I'm trying to keep it. So, alrighty, I'm going to check out and I will see you guys tomorrow. See you in the room. Get in where you fit in, make some memories, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.